This thing is torquey as hell. Two-stroke vintage dual sport bikes from the 70s. That's what I'm talking about.
Folks, this bike has become dangerously close to being too nice to ride. By that, I mean it is so beautiful. Brand new tires, brand new professional paint job. The tank's been completely restored. The whole bike's been restored, and it's a low hour original. Look at this thing. The shocks on it are on point. Light years better than the stock ones. I had a 79 Suzuki RM that I put these shocks on, and it was unbelievable the difference it made in the whoops. Look at the rear tire up close. Look at the chains and sprockets. Both are brand new. The exhaust is original 100% stock exhaust. It's all corked up with the end cap. This thing will rip and sound like an RM 250 race bike if you unplug that thing, but it gives it a little bit more torque down low being corked up. It's got the original factory skid pan on it. The motor's in absolutely stunning condition.
Factory skid pan?
Yep. All the original exhaust. Do a close-up of the motor. The motor's a work of art. No damage on the motor at all. The fins are all perfect. And look at the gas tank up close. Professionally painted, the original Suzuki yellow. Brand new reproduction graphics. The gas cap looks like new. Inside the tank looks like it just came out of the factory yesterday. The inside of the tank's beautiful. The handlebars, these are the original bars with the original grips, which is pretty remarkable. Yeah, when you think about that it has the original grips on it and levers. This bike's never been abused. This is right out of the Rob Cronsel collection. I've got about $3,000 worth of receipts that was done to the bike for labor and service, including the paint job, the graphics, the brand new chains and sprockets, the tires, the full detailing on the whole bike. That does not include the work that was done to the motor. Rob had rebuilt the engine before we got it. The motor's like brand new. It's barely broken in yet. So maybe 35 minutes ride time on it. So brand new air filter. The carb's been rebuilt. It hauls ass. Brand new air filter. The airbox is cleaned out. The original seat. Do a close-up of the seat, Kenny. To find an original 42-year-old enduro bike that's got a seat that's this nice is pretty much unheard of. The muffler, the bike's never been flipped over. You can see the muffler's in great shape. If you're looking for a classic enduro bike to do add to your collection and just show it, then you want to buy this bike. If you want a bike to race in AHMRA enduros, absolutely fantastic machine. The wheels are nice and straight. They're not dented and dinged. All the wheel bearings, the rear end. The rear end feels like it just came out of the box, like it's never been in the sand. There's no play at all on the rear end. The rear axle, the rear wheel bearings, the front wheel bearings are in perfect condition. The steering stem, obviously a very low hour bike that was just taken apart and cleaned up, refreshened, and it's ready for another 40 years. Keep in mind, folks, this bike's 42 years old, and it's stunning and fun to ride. Great handling bike.
Rob's collection consisted mostly of the 70s enduro bikes, the on-off-road bikes, and almost all of them were 100% original and in impeccable shape.
Look at the chrome on the headlight guard. Just a beautiful piece. Starts up first kick for me every time. The original fork boots are in nice shape. The forks are nice. Heck, there's nothing let me put it to you this way. As soon as the bike was done, I contacted my friend Brad Parliament on social media. I've known him since we were kids. He had one of these when we were kids. I sent him the picture. I said, Brad, buy this bike. This is a bike I would sell to a long-term friend. You know, when you're selling a used motorcycle, you know, some of them, I wouldn't want to see a friend get it because they still need a lot of work. This one, I'd sell this to a family member or my best friend, anybody. It's pristine mechanically and cosmetically. It's a stunner. So just a beautiful bike. If you have any questions about it, give us a call, 860-454-7024. The rear suspension is the major upgrade over the stock. These are Works Performance shocks. You got about another inch of travel over stock. And if you're going through a sandy, whooped out section through the woods or on the railroad tracks or whatever, man, this thing's going to hook up like crazy. The suspension works great, and the corner's on a dime. Brand new Dunlop tires, front and rear. Again, I've got the work order. It was just under $3,000. It was, I think, $2,863, a two-page work order on everything that was done to the bike. So $3,000's been dumped into it. Good investment quality bike. Before it was restored, it was probably worth $2,000 anyways. So sometimes you know when you put this much into them, it's hard to get the money back out of it. But whoever gets this bike's getting a kick-ass machine. Definitely Kaplan America approved. And I'm sure you're going to have a blast on it. So good luck bidding. God bless America.
We can get it shipped cheap. Message us your postal code for a quote.
Usually they're all played out. Kickstarter doesn't look like it's got any wear on it at all. It's perfectly at a 90. Usually they're all played out and sagged out. The pegs are usually bent. The pegs are perfectly straight on this thing. The cases are real nice. Just a fantastic machine. First kick every time. Headlights, handsaw, all work. What a cool piece.
No excuses for this one.
I'll do a drive-by down on the road.
Yeah, we can do a quick one.
All right, let's go.
If you have any questions, call me in the shop line at 860-454-7024. If you made it this far, thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate the viewership, the support. We've had tremendous feedback after opening the museum. Lots of you guys have been coming out, checking it out, meeting with us, and grateful for every one of you guys. So thank you. The bike is sold with a notarized bill of sale, trail of ownership. If your state requires a title, contact us. We can get a title document for the bike or a transferable registration at an extra cost. Check with your state on turn signal laws. Connecticut's a non-signal state. You take this bike and register it, ride it around with no problem. Some states require signals, so.
Out of this thing, you pull a spark arrestor out of the back, and it'll sound like an RM250. Right now, it's a little bit corked up with the Enduro silencer.
This is a river that used to run underneath the mill. It's been rerouted since the early 1900s when the textile industry went out of business. Our mills were abandoned until, well, we got here. One of half a dozen large brownfields in Rockville that have been rehabbed in the last 5 to 10 years.
Bring it inside before I get it dirty. Too nice to get it dirty.
Park it. It's on the National Registry of Historic Places, Hockenham Mill in Rockville, Connecticut. Main museum building would have collapsed if we hadn't come and jacked it up and rebuilt the foundation. but that's a story for another day. We got more project updates and before and after stuff coming real soon. Some of our long-term fans will be able to appreciate it. If you like watching us rip the bikes around, become a Patreon. On Patreon. We just opened our Patreon account. Links in the description.
What a great running bike. Thing's an absolute blast.
See some behind the scenes Kaplan Cycles content. Guess that's a wrap. Good luck bidding, guys, and God bless America.